F1 Manager 24 for the Qatar Grand Prix. Getting some scouting done, scouting Jonathan Wheatley and Enrico Balbo. Nice name. And is that it, or am I gonna... No, I think I only have 2 scouts. No, I've got 3. Nice. Go on, we'll have all of Red Bull's stuff. Here's me deciding the pit stop schedule. Car building is useless, because car building is like front wing and all that. If you want to be good on car building, then that implies that your drivers are breaking front wings a lot, whereas we haven't had a single crash this season. I hope I'm not jinxing anything, but yeah. By the way, I know there's been some complaints, or a complaint, about the audio recording. I have tried to fix it so it doesn't sound like the microphone is in my mouth, and I have ordered a new microphone on the internet, so that should be here next week. By the time you're uploading this, it'll be here in the coming week, because this will go up on Saturday. Yeah, we've had a new design complete, and we're going for 9th and 10th. That new design won't be on this race.
Grand Prix. Losail International Circuit is a speed demon, fast and flowing with a long main straight, one that's sure to see plenty of overtaking action.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the Constructors' table right now. And those crucial Constructors' Championship points are what the teams have fought so hard for.
Now let's crack on with the weekend. Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
At Losail, the key factor in qualifying is timing. Track evolution is huge at this circuit in the desert, and drivers need the optimum track conditions as much as the best car setup to get a good qualifying result.
If we turn our attention to Pierre Gasly for a minute, Karun, how's he going to be feeling as qualifying approaches?
Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
And with that, let's get back onto the track.
Will be charged button off.
Into Q1, you know how we do no mission about 6.5 minutes left of the session. Perez and Bottas, we have got some upgrades on, but not the chassis. That will come on for the next Grand Prix. Baku, possibly? No, possibly not. Maybe we'll have... No, I think we should have one for Baku. Bottas's lap has been ruined as well, by the way. So bring him in. Yeah, I think we should have one for Baku, but they'll both definitely be on by Imola. So I think there's about a 30-day break between Imola and Baku, because that's when our European leg of the season starts. And coming through towards the last few corners, they come around the final corner up towards the line. Where can Perez go? It's going to be P2, lovely that. And Bottas later in the session comes through to start his new flying lap. Around the first corner, very nice, very consistent. Around the second corner, again, I love driving Qatar and managing Qatar. It's such a flowing circuit with really nice corners, and it really tests the driver's ability to save tyres and to look after the car, look after the engine. Because it's quite hot around here, so it's easy to overheat things. I'm hoping that car will get out of the way as it does. It did put us a little wide though because of the dirty air. But he comes round towards the final sector, down towards the final corner and round. It's been a very good lap so far. This should be through to Q1, up towards the line, and he goes P5, P3 and P5 in Q1. Lovely, that is both drivers through to Q2. Start of Q2 then, both drivers on a scrub set of tyres. I think Valtteri has used 2 tyres just to get through Q1, and Perez just used the 1. Although I don't know if I did risk it with Valtteri. I might have done. I should have done if I didn't. I'm recording this. I only done the race like, what, a week ago maybe? Yeah. So, I don't know, but I am starting to get more consistent with these F1 Manager uploads because I am starting to enjoy playing the game more, and can you believe that it's almost been a year since F1 Manager 24 released, and we are not getting another one, which is very, very sad. So we're just going to have to enjoy F1 Manager 24 while we can. Perez comes up towards the line and goes with a 124.1, Bottas with a 124.1, and is 600ths quicker.
Well, you can see the lockup. They took a gamble, and it was just too late.
Right, P8 and P9 then towards the end of Q2, so both drivers are going out again for a fast lap. Bottas has got Alonso right on his arse, who goes for a move into turn 1, that was bad. Bottas tries attacking him back into turn 2, and they're going through turn 3 and turn 4 side by side. This can't be good for lap time, and it's not. It's a yellow for the sector for Valtteri Bottas. Alonso just needs to back off. He's still fighting around second sector. This is going to be an awful lap. Alonso finally backs out, but it's over. The first 2 sectors are done. It's yellow for Perez as well in the first sector, and this could possibly be our first out, our first driver eliminated in the second part of qualifying. Perez has gone green through the second sector, and Stroll has finished 10th. Bottas stays P8, Perez comes up towards the line, takes P8 off Bottas, Bottas down to P9. Sainz has finished the session, as has Lawson. It's going to be P8 and P9 in qualifying. Let's head to Q3. Our first lap in Q3 used a bit more sets of tyres than what I would have ideally wanted. By the way, this microphone I'm getting should stop the echo, and it means I'll be able to get videos out to you guys a lot quicker because I wouldn't have to edit them as much. I'd still have to edit them down, but there'd be an audio recording with it rather than me having to post commentate. Same as if you watch Train Sim World, I wouldn't have to speak into my phone with a voice recorder. I would just be able to speak through the game, and it would mean I'd play it and get it out a lot quicker. So if you watch the simulation channel, maybe Simulator Gamer or Mega Manager Gamer, this channel, you should subscribe to both. It will mean you have better content on the way. Perez, Bottas comes up towards the line, 3/10 off Perez, who does a 24.1. And Yuki Tsunoda goes for a bit of a spin. Whoop-de-doo.
Sorry, mate.
And starting our second lap in Q3. Currently P7 and P9. I need a lot better than that. Bottas has gone out first in front of Perez. There's 15 seconds left in the session, so everybody's going to be on a lap, apart from those that aren't like that Ferrari. Bottas goes green in the first sector, as does Perez. That's good. Both our drivers seeming to be improving, which is nice. Coming through towards the end of the second sector, through these fast right-handers, the best bit of the circuit, the 3 triple rights, and then there's the left, and down towards the final corner, towards the end of the session. Piastri only 8th, Stroll only 10th, Bottas goes P6, Perez goes P6 as well. It's P6 and P7 for now. Can Rosberg qualify us? No. It's going to be P6 and P7 for the grid on race day.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the teams are preparing for the 57 laps of this evening's race.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Losail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit.
As a desert track, Losail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track. It's race day and final preparations are underway. The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. Our attention shifts to Lewis Hamilton and what he can produce in this race.
Yeah, it's a P5 start. The podium's in sight, but there's a lot standing in their way.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. We're about to get going here in Qatar. And it's lights out and away.
That's lights out and away we go for the Losail Grand Prix. It's an air start for Perez. It's a bad start for Bottas as well. Both of Bottas has been overtaken and he's down to 8th. He's been overtaken by George Russell, currently P6 and P8, and Perez gets Yuki Tsunoda on the hards and he's up to P5, and here's a replay of it. Stunning move down the inside. What a drive. What a driver Perez has been for us. And there's Bottas diving down the inside of George Russell. Lovely move up the inside, taking his first opportunity to get the Mercedes. That was an awesome move. Hamilton's complaining about a lot of vibrations with a mechanical issue. And Bottas is now going to get Tsunoda up to P5 and P6. Although Tsunoda is just going to edge forward, and Tsunoda's going to have the better racing line, and he's going to get him. And Bottas overtakes Perez now.
Now we're through
Bottas
the last
P6
turn,
and Perez is P7.
and that's where they
As
slightly
Bortoleto runs wide.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Now on lap 11, Perez is going for Bottas as Bottas' tyres are more worn and his pit window's opened again. I think Bottas can come in this lap, which he does. Lap 12 was the original pit lap I'd planned for him, so we're going to do a 3-stop, I think. But I thought, okay, maybe we can go 1 lap longer, but then I decided to go back to lap 12, because that seemed like the best strat. On to mediums, 2.5 second pit stop, and we are going to be out in P14, lovely. And Perez is going to go and get Charles Leclerc down the inside, lovely move on Leclerc. That was what we needed, as Bottas now gets past Ocon with a lovely move into the right-hander and shoves him off a little bit, but you know, Bottas was already ahead, and gets 11th as he goes around Sainz, 10th as he goes around Lawson, and on lap 16 Sergio Perez comes into the pits off his set of mediums, and Hamilton comes into the pits onto a set of mediums, and I believe Perez is going medium, medium, hard, soft, whereas Bottas is going soft, medium, hard, medium, and Perez comes in for medium. 2.4 second stop, and he can be out in P8, and Bottas has been overcut by Piastri, which shows that we haven't really done good in this stint, as Bottas is currently P10 and Piastri is currently P9 with Perez P8. I don't know why this clip is going on for so long. I just forget to edit. I always do this, I just forget to cut out a clip in the middle of the video, but hey. Hamilton and Gasly have orange mechanical issues, while Verstappen has a yellow mechanical issue. 17 laps into the race, Perez is getting his mediums warmed up. Leclerc and Russell have come into the pit lane, which is good for us. And does Alonso? No. But Perez's mediums are now warm, so are Bottas's. And here we are overtaking Leclerc and Russell with both drivers. We're now up to P6 and P8. Perez gets past Alonso for P5, and Bottas overtakes Alonso in the pits, and Perez overtakes Tsunoda now with 4th and 7th. Lap 19, Perez gets overtaken by Piastri. Lap 24, Perez re-overtakes Piastri, and they're both closing up to Lewis Hamilton, who's got some car issues, as we know. And on lap 26, Piastri pits, sorry if you can hear the vehicle outside, and Perez gets past Lewis Hamilton into turn 2. Hamilton's not going to fight this one easy though, and into turn 4, Perez gets it, and on lap 20, Bottas comes into the pits. Don't want to be overcut. Well, Piastri overcut us, and now it's Bottas' turn to overcut Piastri. And Bottas is in for his stop onto a set of the hard compound tyres, 2.7 seconds. This should take him a long way in the race, which hopefully means in his last stint he shouldn't come out in much traffic and have to go really long on a set of hard tyres, which is what I feared, because I feared we'd just have the same problem as anyone else and we wouldn't be any quicker towards the end, which is obviously what we want, going for an aggressive 3-stop when everyone's going for a 2-stop. Perez comes in for hards as well. It's a 2.8 second stop and he's out in P8. And he's going to get George Russell straight away, and then Bottas is going to get Fernando Alonso on lap 35. Perez is going to get Charles Leclerc, and Piastri's 3.5 up the road. Perez now gets Lewis Hamilton, and Bottas comes into the pits on lap 45 for his final set of mediums of the day. He should come out behind Leclerc and in front of Alonso, I do believe. Oh, no, I doubt he'll be in front of Alonso. Into the pits he comes for a new set of tyres. It's a long stop, it's about a second longer than what we needed, and that is going to cost him a place possibly to Fernando Alonso. Not quite, but Fernando does get him on the start of lap 46, and with 10 laps to go, Perez is coming in for a set of the soft compound tyres. I don't know why the camera's really shaky. We come back to him. I like how we got a purple light on our car. Matches the purple and green colour scheme of this car. Perez comes in for a set of softs, 2.5 second stop, and he's going to come back out in P5. Nearly lost place to George Russell, and Bottas is going to go swooping past Alonso on the same lap.
Go into turn 4, and the control's lost, and ultimately
And Lewis
just unable
Hamilton's
to
gone
bring
for a
the car
spin,
under
which is giving
control.
Bottas P7, I think, or is it P8? P8 it's given Bottas, and on the final lap of the Grand Prix, Perez is going to overtake Piastri and claim P4. It's going to be P4 and P8 at the Qatar Grand Prix. A decent race, but just not great strategy with
Valtteri
Bottas.
Bottas there, coming back to the team now.
That marked an 8th place finish, which gives them a handful of points.
And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
What a great way to take their 3rd win this year. They've definitely found their form.
And that picture right there brings together the podium finishers for the Qatar Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
So then, our time in Losail is now up.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
And Perez is P4 and Bottas is P8. I feel like because Bottas came out in traffic after the first stint, he wasn't able to utilise the fresh tyres, which put him behind Piastri, and that was just sort of the rest of his race was constantly playing catch up after that first stint, which he just couldn't do. We're P3 and P9 in the driver's standings and P3 in the constructor's standings as we pull away from Ferrari a little bit, and we gained some points on Aston Martin in the pit stop championship, and that issue with Bottas in the pit stop was stuck wheel nut, which is what we've had before, so that's alright. As we come out of the weekend though, we get 1.4 million for completing the race targets. We get an upgrade on the memorabilia room, upgrade on the helipad, and we're going to research a new set of side pods using the last of our hours for this period. We get an upgrade design on the tour centre, we get a suspension design complete, we achieve our sponsor plan target, which is good, and this last clip is just all sorts is going to happen. We do a new design, I can actually see what that was for. We arrange a new sponsor plan, which is nice. Obviously we don't want to, luckily enough the pit crew aren't that fatigued, but I feel like we have to do a lot now for these sponsor plans, now that we have much higher targets. The scouting team is now unavailable, but it's a good job we have not that many people scouted. He would cost quite a lot to break the contract. I don't really have 4 million. Let's try and hire Diego Tondi from Ferrari. Let's pay him about 3 million. Got about 3.5, 4 million, and we'll give him 28 days to see if he likes the contract. And we'll go for Jonathan Wheatley as well, the Kick Sauber team principal, who in real life F1 are doing brilliant. But I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye for now.